Who All Gonna Be Their podcast, a place where you get to be an exclusive member of our very entertaining group chat.
What's up? What's up? Welcome back to another episode of Who All Gonna Be Their podcast, the place where you get to be an exclusive member to our very entertaining group chat. Now, I believe the room here, for those who can't see and you're just listening, looks a little different. Not too different, but I believe that this is Eli and I's first time with it just being us as a duo.
It's so roomy. It's so roomy. Hold on, I got all this space just to me. All y'all listeners got to deal with me. Ain't no kicking me out, because then Eric's gonna be here by himself. So I'm going crazy.
You really can't get kicked out. So you can be as unhinged as possible. But just know, if there are any marks that I have to, like, I'm putting my little book, like, all right, he cut up too many to 3 times. 3 times you get removed from the next 5.
It ain't happening. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be good, y'all. Extra pressure, but it's so God. Nice. The E squared duo, just E money and E money.
Hey, listen, we're gonna make it do what it do. I would say we're not gonna hold you long, which we really will try not to. I think we can do it. You think
what y'all do with Squid Game? What y'all do with Squid Game? How long was that? It was a fun listen. If you haven't listened, go check out the Squid Game coverage for the first 5 episodes. It was fun.
Tree said, we be here about, what she said, 30, 40 minutes?
She said 20-30.
20-30. She said 20-30 minutes. Do y'all know how long that pod was? I'm almost embarrassed to say.
I know. I was tapped. I'm like, all right, I'm going to listen to this quick 20-30 minutes and go to the gym. Like 40 minutes went by. I'm like, they are episode 2. Let me just listen at the gym.
Listen,
listen though.
We were there for an hour and 40 minutes, y'all. An hour and 40 minutes, but it was good. And I didn't. Okay, and the reason why it took so long, I didn't realize how much we had. I think when I hit about episode 2, and I was like, "Dang, we got 3 more episodes."
Because we didn't even talk about Brighton Byyyeee, all those.
Right. A lot of, we didn't get to get into it, but it's just too much going on. But anyways, so we're here for Survivor 45 this season. We always kind of start off with like kind of how we feel about this season. And Eli, how are you feeling so far about this season?
Reba, man, I'm sick of these. I think, did I ever mini rant last episode that people are just walking to the slaughter?
You did.
I'm not gonna say I felt that way again this episode, but some feelings might have resurfaced.
Like, I had some hope this time around, but it was dashed like that, and I should have seen it coming. Should have,
man.
Well, I don't know. We'll get to it. But I don't know, like, this season for me is not a bad season at all. It's actually a really good season. I think you mentioned it too. I think a lot of us feel like it's a good season, but it's just this monotony, this, we already know where the votes are going to go type of thing. And I think that's what's throwing us off.
Yeah, it's like you get to a point of the season where it's like, all right, half the people are cut. We don't need to play as a group. But what do people want to do? Stick with the numbers, which I understand you need numbers to win.
Yeah.
But I just want to see people playing independently and trying to play for themselves and not just walk with the group of 4.
Well, see, here's the thing. Even with that, I can't even be mad at the Reba 4.
Oh, at all.
I can't.
I think we were talking about it. There's so many people on this season that I wouldn't be mad if they won.
Yeah.
And it's like a bunch of the Reba people are on there. Yeah.
Minus Drew. They all can take it.
Minus Drew. And I'd be super happy with the winner.
Yep.
So I don't blame them. I'm like, shout out to Reba for playing so amazingly. But I'm also just looking at the rest of the people like, can y'all at least try?
Stand up.
My hopes this episode started to climb a little bit. I was getting hyped. I was getting pumped.
Look, I was getting a little. Oh, we get to get it. We supposed to get us. Let me not get too excited. But then they would bring it right back, and I was like, hold on. We might get ready.
It's not over. It's not over.
It's not over till it's over, is what they typically say. And for some people, that's just the truth of the matter.
Mm.
But so we start off with, they come back from Kendra's blind side, right? And Miss Julie
Mm.
having a hard time with this.
Bless her heart.
Having a
Mama
hard
J.
Mama J is having a hard time. Not only does she not sleep good, her neck is hurt. She got a crook in her neck. Her back hurt because she be laying all over the bamboo sticks. She is feeling the emotional pull with having to blindside and lie to these people, specifically Kelly and Kendra, right? And so, because she felt like she had this connection, and they really trusted her, and she betrayed that trust. And so, she's feeling really down and out about that. Julie, started-
You know what? You could go after Reba 4 if you want. If you
If
feel
you
so
want
bad about
to.
Kendra.
if you so choose, we have 3 other people that you can go for. But I digress. So after that, we get the frame or the scenes with Emily. She trying to make a move now. And so she brings up the option to, potentially take a stab at some of the power structure that's going on. You want to talk about that a little bit?
We've been waiting. I forget who she was talking about. I just saw her start to talk about it. I'm like,
Bruce and Katura.
Oh, that scene.
Yes.
That scene.
At the beginning.
Oh, Lordy. Oh, so we see Bruce and Katura together. And they actually talking a little bit of game.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow. Look at who would have thought?
And that's what I'm saying with Emily there. She was like, y'all gotta learn how to work together. I know y'all are at odds or whatever, but y'all need to work together. We need to come together so we don't get picked off. And I'm like, yes, Emily, you talking good, sis. You talking real good. And she leave. Now talk about the Bruce and Katura.
And so you got Bruce, and he brings up the bombshell of all bombshells. I lost my idol. I gave it to Kelly. I don't have an idol, Katura.
And she like, what?
You lying. You lying. What does Bruce do? I was lying to you.
I'm lying.
I got you good. I got you good. I was just practicing for other people.
Ignorant. Because if you granted, they most likely probably would not have believed it anyway, but you should never have told her, because I get why he did it. Excuse me.
I think it's smart. I
thought it was smart.
It's an attempt.
And so I get why he did it. One, because he's trying to rebuild trust with her. He like, let me tell her something, that'll make her feel like, oh, he's really trying to trust me with one of his master plans that he's trying to pull off. So that'll bring Katura closer to him. Well, unfortunately, the seeds of discord and mistrust between those two have been sown far too deep.
Know who you're doing it to. Okay, picture this. He flips it, tells Jake that,
only Jake.
And we have a chance. Jake probably still snitches, because what did he do? He went and snitched.
But
also later on.
But the only problem with his story, when he told Jake, that was fine. But because he told Katura that it was a lie, then she was able to then go later on like, oh, he's lying. But had he just told Jake, he would have set himself up pretty good. Because they would have believed it, hook, line, and sinker, and Katura wouldn't have known any different, so she wouldn't have had no input on it, and the girls wouldn't have been able to talk about it, so they wouldn't even have included Katura in the master plan or whatever. They might have maybe told her in passing, but she wouldn't be able to truly verify it with enough time, I don't think, to add any credence to the fact that, oh no, he's lying. So because at that point then they would have been like, oh shoot, we got to get out Jake. He used his little idol or whatever, or he maybe didn't get to keep it. Who knows how it would have played out? But I think we might would have been looking at something different happening tonight.
I wish the small little things, you think that they don't matter, they possibly could have mattered today. Where we could have seen a Reba person going home. We could have seen a lot of different things, and just one slip, trying to trust someone too much. You think you'd be able to trust people when it's 4 against 4, but little did we know, you can't trust no one on the island.
You can't trust nobody. But I think you mentioned something very critical. Know who to share information with. Know who you can share information with, and who you cannot. Because it could be the start of something new for your game, or it could be the ending of it.
And maybe Katura, we're discounting Katura because like she's been talking all the crap in the confessionals. I'd love to see more montages of her faking her love for Bruce. And I want a Bruce confessional. Well, I don't want to spoil nothing.
It's too late. He gone.
I wish we got a Bruce confessional so we could hear him say, I trust Katura wholeheartedly. And Katura's just like, I still hate Bruce. Like, that would have been nice.
But the thing is, he probably did trust her wholeheartedly.
He did. And shout out to Katura for playing in his face like that all season.
She played all in his face. Sucks. Dang it. Because I really thought they were really going to rebuild. He was like, I know we've been at odds. She was saying the same thing. Excuse me, y'all. I'm yawning. I told you I'm exhausted. Okay. I'm a working man now. So
hold a job. J-O-B. Look at him.
Listen. So I really wanted them to really repair for real. I did. A part of me did. There's no other part. So all of me wanted it to work out. Because how crazy would it have been? They were fighting their arc anyway. We fighting. Shots missing because everybody's immune at some point because of these split tribes and you can't take a shot. And he wins immunities consecutively. And now we're at a point in the game was like, we're at an impasse. If we continue to do this, we're going to lose to the Reba for it.
And that might have been the last person Katura could beat in a final tribal council. Maybe.
Because the man, and that's we'll talk about it again.
Reward challenge time.
Reward challenge time.
And I'm gonna zoom right through it because all that matters is Emily won it. No one cares about the challenge. What they do? Jump over 2 hills, climb under a rope, tie some knots, and what? Jake was first untied the knots, and Austin was still ahead of him. Man, it was Austin versus Emily. Y'all, if y'all listening, y'all watched it. Y'all saw Emily clutch up. She got her first win, and what did she do? She broke down right after the win, and I didn't even talk about what this was for, but this was I saw the setup. Sorry, I'm jumping around. I saw the setup, and I'm like, this kind of looks like a decent immunity challenge. Little did I know, I forgot these episodes are 90 minutes now. So
okay. Yeah.
But nope. Emily went in, clutched it for a trip to the sanctuary and a Thanksgiving dinner.
Pretty much a Thanksgiving dinner.
And letters from home.
And letters from home. And a little wine, a little vino.
And a little vino. And a bed. And some pillows.
And pillows. So they got, like Eli said, they get the Thanksgiving feast for the gods. Then they get a little bit of wine to go with it. They get letters from home. And they get to spend a night. They get to pack a spend a night bag.
Has there been one this good?
Not in the new era that I've seen.
Applebee's is better, but you know what?
Eli, please.
What back in the day? Shoot, popcorn in a movie.
But hey, they were staying overnight at the whole little sanctuary. So
true.
Got the shower. Well, I don't know if they got the shower, but back in the day, they was at the sanctuary. So you get the shower. Surely they wouldn't let nobody up in them sheets dirty now.
I don't. People sleep in dirty.
Because
the way Julie had to brush her teeth in the auction, I know they ain't giving her a shower.
Oh my! So they was up in the sanctuary sheets on them nice clean pillows. Pillars. That's the old folk. They don't, not pillows. Pillars on the pillars.
Because what do you gotta do? You just gotta wash it. You can be dirty and then you can wash it the next day. They aren't not washing these for seasons on end. They're gonna sleep on it and guess what? Take it right to the washing machine. Maybe even hand wash it. Or shoot, with CBS's money. They probably just buy new sheets. They're just like, these are horrible. They're gone.
Now you know CBS is cheap. Now you know they ain't doing that. They probably take them sheets down there to the ocean, child, and get the knowing them. But so yeah, they get to go to the little sanctuary, and surprise, surprise, Emily is trying to beat the pick me charges. Okay, and I believe she successfully beat those charges because she chose all the women.
Flying colors.
She chose all of the women to go. You had Drew. Oh, Jeff, before she chose the last person, I just has been hungry and it's been a long, rough time and all the sob story, this crying. thinking he fits to grab Emily, talking about, you trust some people out here and you hope they can repay their trust, and trying to dog whistle for Emily, like, listen, girl, we on the same thing. Choose me, bring me. Emily didn't even blink his way. She chose D. Come on, girl, you the last one I'm choosing. And so the men just look pitiful. They just like, no.
I loved it though. Because what would have happened if Emily was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with Austin and Drew because those are my boys. What would they have done? Stuck with Reba before. So
Stuck with Reba before.
Get your girls together. Stick it to Drew.
Yep.
Let the bros bro.
Yep.
Let the girls have a sleepover.
The girls have a sleepover, and the guys, they just have acting a complete fool.
Survivor editors had fun with this.
They had to, because they over here burping, they farting, they doing all type of crazy.
They got a Barbie movie montage, like they're all Ken dolls and they're just music, having fun, broing it out. And what is it? Casa House? What is it? Super Mega Casa House?
Super Mega Casa House. Foolishness is what it was, but I'll give it to them. I guess they had a good time. Austin finally caught some fish or something. I guess it was extra motivation.
He was going crazy with that.
He was going crazy. But yeah, they were just having the time of their lives, being fools.
Just big chilling, not talking no game between the four of them.
Like, sirs, we're on Survivor still. These are still your competitors. Y'all are not the final four.
Nah, you get the bros together. What do? Just like a lot of guys' alliances in reality TV shows. You don't even talk strategy. You just say, hey, bro, we good. All right. We vibing for the next 48 hours because we know we're good.
Right. And so it's funny because the juxtaposition between them and the ladies, because they not only are they're feasting, they drinking, they sipping, but they talking strategy. The girls immediately, after they read their notes and they cry their hearts out, which were really, really nice letters. I'm not even going to get into it. Y'all can go back and listen for themselves. But some of them have some really encouraging words for them. I'm like, that was a good letter.
I know. You don't need an idol. You're my idol.
Right.
Kind of corny, but also cute.
It was cute. It was. Hey, DM Rocks. Let's just end the
You're
season.
Not wrong.
One of the they're going to. At this point, Emily is the only one I can see that could potentially win. But I don't know. They fumble so hard this week. I don't know if I want them to.
The only question is, when do they flip? And the reality is they don't have to.
They don't have to. And I wouldn't. I know I said this last time. Go ahead. I was just going to say, I said this last time. It's kind of like the Tika 3. There were multiple times they could have turned on each other, but I know they were like, why would I do that? When we can go all the way to the end together.
And who would be the one to flip? Like, who would benefit the most? Maybe Drew and Austin cutting
one of the ladies.
But I still don't even see too much of a benefit for that going to the end with Emily versus going to the end with those. No. It's the same scenario. And I guess we're all just watching to see, are they going to cut them?
And who gets
more
cut
likely not.
No, seriously. So it really is a toss-up at this point. We really don't know what's about to happen. But we do know is that they got a chokehold on this game. I need to know what spell they cast over this season, before when they got together, before they left their island, when Jeff made them merge and not so merge. And
even
then not so
before
merge
then.
Again.
No. Even before then, no one has not trusted them. That's had Jay Maya and Sifu being like, I got we're all 6 strong. Guess
exactly.
what? No one has been like, we got to go against. We don't trust Reba 4.
That 4 has been solid the entire game. Everybody has been misted by them. They are captivated. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen this level of misstation before. And I haven't seen many Survivor seasons, so I don't know. But it's not even cult-like. It's cunning. And it's so smooth.
Yeah.
It's like they're playing a joint social game. It's seamless.
Literally, I don't like everyone. You're so right. It's like it's a spell, but it's like it's not. They're just leading them to the demise. Snuffed. Where it's like all right, keep going. You
It's your
lost all
time next.
agency in your game, so you know what? We'll just take you and come on this way.
Right. So I'm gonna answer Mimi's question. Mimi said, "What do y'all think about Katura's gameplay? Do you think it's a winning gameplay?" No, I don't see Katura winning this game. And she had me, and we jumping ahead a little bit. But when she threw out Julie's name, and the reason why Julie should be a target with her being Mama J, she's like, everybody feels comfortable with her. I love Mama J. I love Julie. I don't want to send her home. She is warm. You feel like you at home. You feel so attached. That's a winning story. So we need to get her out. And I was like, hold on. I set up straight a little bit. I said, okay, come on, Katura. Now that if you get out Julie, you blindside Julie, I might have to give her the cash because she was right in all those points. Julie is the one to beat. And I know people think it's crazy, but Julie is the one to beat.
Literally. And the thing about Katura is I want to root for her. But I'm just and I am rooting for her. It's not like I'm counting on her demise, but it's like she's done nothing. So and unfortunately she's had no agency. And there's people that have had no agency. Bruce and Jake, they haven't had agency for weeks. But they've been trying to do stuff. And Katura has been, and I know this is a bit of edit, but the edit has shown her being only focused on Bruce. And so, in my eyes, it seems like she hasn't navigated with anyone else. She had her Virgo sisters with the
Virgo's groove gone. And she part of why they gone now.
Exactly. And she's like, so I guess she did do that wanted to get rid of Bruce. Was it a good move? No, it was for other people. I don't know.
So I guess I'll give her the Kendra. That was her planting the seed against Kendra, flipping that. But was that smart? I don't think so. And here we go again with, I think you mentioned Eli. She keeps defaulting back to making moves that benefit the Reba 4 and not necessarily her because of her tunnel vision on Bruce. And it didn't allow her to move away from that. And it didn't allow her to gain that agency, like you mentioned, because now you're just being strung along. You're being strung along because with Bruce gone, then Jake is the next target. Okay, so who do you think is next after Jake?
You're just a number for the Reba 4. And like you aren't even number 5 in the Reba 4. That's the sad thing.
And that she has no allies. Who is her ally?
It could have been Bruce this episode. It could have been Bruce. Had me for a second.
She should have been able to rekindle. And we've talked about this before. These games require adaptability, and she lacks that. I don't care how much you can't stand Bruce. This was the time for y'all to take a strike at the Reba 4, weakening numbers. Move on with the ladies if you decide to keep the other. I don't know what you could have did. There were multiple other avenues she could have taken versus staying gung-ho about Bruce. D and Rock said it seemed like Mama Julie's ready to flip in the preview. I'm not trusting
it. Hey, you know what? I thought D was going after last preview. I thought Jake like died on the island 8 previews ago. These previews are good for keeping me like, all right, this is a week. This is a week.
It's gonna happen.
And it hasn't been. I'm hopeful. Because I thought this was a week for Julie to flip with because last week we saw the straw bending. I don't know a better phrase, but it's like in terms of getting Jake out versus getting Kendra out. Yeah. And I know in my mind I'm like that has to come into fruition this episode where Julie has lost some control and she's not the main voice. It's Drew and Austin running it. And I thought this was a time. And alas, it was not.
So we'll see. I don't know. I just, like you said, I don't have any faith. E-Square, exactly. Not Tree's coming on Facebook, y'all. She's supposed to be here, but she had an event with her sister. Her sister having a little event tonight. Special occasion. All right. Congrats, Tiff. So she didn't get to join us tonight, but she in the chat room. Being nosy as always.
Treese, I know Treese watched the Survivor episode, y'all. She watched all of.
Listen, she's chiming in from Facebook. So if you can't see her on YouTube, it's because she's chiming in from Facebook and she's talking about some F Bruce.
This would have been the episode for you to join, but
this would have been the one. This would have been the one. Yeah, shout out to the Poodles. We love the Poodles, Trace. So we get to after all of this is going down. So the ladies, like I said, they're sanctuary. Katura immediately rats out Bruce to the girls and was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, y'all should know he gonna come up with some lie talking about his idol was taken by Kelly. It's a lie. Don't believe him. We just need to stick with the plan."
How does this benefit? Okay, I'm sorry. How does it? I don't see how this benefits her at
It just
all.
gets out
Where
Bruce because she wanna go.
chaos would have been good for her in terms of, I know she wants Bruce out, but she needs some chaos for someone to catch a stray bullet.
Yeah.
And how does it hurt her game? Say she's tight with Julian D. Maybe instead she just pushes Drew and she pushes another name and says, we can get Drew out.
Yeah.
If we push this and they all vote on Bruce, we're all going to push Bruce, or maybe say we're going to do it 4-2 split just to keep things safe. And then y'all flip on Drew and get him out. I don't know. I'm just
no, it made no sense, and I just didn't understand it because I'm like, are y'all trying? That's why I'm laughing. Miss Deborah, she had me cracking up. She said Bruce is so stupid. He got dazzled by Emily's blue eyes.
Emily's blue eyes have worked out so much in this game.
All she got to do is bat him a couple times, and everybody just fall in line. She got some magic too because she worked it on Caleb. Then she worked it on Drew last week to get him to spill that information. And now she doing it again. She did it again. Like, so she spills all of that. And Jake, while the boys back home, so they did talk a little bit of strategy, I guess.
You know what? You're right.
So he thinks that he has some vital information that Bruce told him about not having an idol. Him thinking Drew is with him. Where he got that idea and notion from, I don't know. I don't care if he did, quote unquote, say he didn't save you last time. They just decided to get somebody else out.
Oh my God. You know what? This is ultimate Big Brother syndrome. I'm sorry to flip it to Big Brother, but if you're online to go and you stay 10-0, like, and then suddenly it's like, oh my gosh, y'all all love me. Thank you. Like you were minutes away, one last minute flip from getting voted out. But literally. You just walk right back like Jag and be like, oh, Serena, they love me. 7 deadly sins.
Stupid. Dumb. And so Jake loved the dude. Love him. And I'll talk about how much more I love him, but this dumb. So he tells him, and they're like, oh my gosh, he ain't got an idol. Austin, listen, we got the information. Like, we can finally get him. He ain't got a.
They were giddy. They were
too giddy. Too giddy. But I understand. Y'all been trying to get this man for 3 weeks now. Like, if y'all he don't got no idol, we been played. Like, that's why he been. And Bruce didn't play that up enough.
They still got to beat him in a challenge.
They still got to beat him in the challenge. But here's the thing. If Bruce was going to go with that lie, he should have been like, like we say, shouldn't have told Couture that it was a lie. But what he should have did was, why you think I've been going so hard in these immunities? I don't have my idol. I had to go hard. Like, I had to go hard last week because I was going home because I didn't have an idol. So, but Bruce, anyway. So after they all get back, Emily dispels the myth that, about Bruce not having his idol to Drew. So they're all like, oh, we back to square one. So we gotta be.
We were excited for nothing.
Excited for what you drinking on?
Classic.
What is that?
Frosty root beer.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna play around this episode like I need this to get through this podcast. I'm tired of the Reba 4, y'all. I need my beer. Fortunately, it's from some roots.
I would say not Eli having a little drink on the pie, drink. I could have brought my. No, just playing. I do have Dr. Pepper up there. I just set it down. I should have left it over here, but
sipping.
Okay, because we need a little sip after that. So after all that happens, we get to the immunity challenge, and it's not much to say. It's another endurance challenge, which they're doing a lot. Did they do this many before? Yeah, they did,
Probably
I
past
guess.
seasons.
Yeah.
I like it more than just obstacle courses a little bit.
Yeah.
I think they probably listen to people, how people are tired of obstacle courses, and they're just like, let's make them sit on a slanted wall for a little bit.
Yeah. I guess they've always done multiple like they do endurance comps. I guess challenges. I'm sorry, but I don't know. Anyways, this one I've never seen it before. Like you said, they have to be on the little slanted curve, hold their arms up.
You know what it reminded me of?
What?
I know you were watching season 2 of the challenge before Tiffany got out, where she was
I
just
did.
laying on the little glass thing. That I was just thinking, like, you just gotta put all your skin to the thing and just hang just
on,
hope it
but
sticks.
and hold with the little, but they had the little handles, I guess. And so they got to do it with their feet, holding on to it with their feet, and then it got to a point where he said they just had to lay flat and just hold it as long as they could. It comes down to Jake, Austin, and Bruce. And at this point, we're like, oh, reverse.
Reverse.
Jake, before we got to the immunity, he thought he was good with Drew, right?
Oh,
Emily also dispels that she going around here
Emily
breaking.
spilling. I love it though. I love be chaotic, just cut the Reba people. But Emily, if there's one thing she's been chaotic, and I love me a little bit of chaos.
I can't even fault her for it. So she was like, actually, you the target if they can't get Bruce.
And guess what? Guess what? Somehow Jake was shocked. Jake was surprised. Like the past 2 weeks, he hasn't been the fake target.
Jacob, listen to me, Jacob, and hear me well. Hear me good. How on earth are you shocked, flabbergasted, taken aback, and befuddled that Drew of the Reba 4 is against you? And the fact that Bruce has an idol, if we already knew if he was ever safe in any capacity, who did you think was going to be the backup if you've always been the other option?
You know who's 8. You know who the top 4 are.
Okay.
There's only 3 other spots.
Turn it on. Turn it on. And I was a little disappointed with him because, like you mentioned earlier, we like people who have agency, whether you can do something about it. We like players who have a mind of their own, who try to make moves regardless of where they are in the game. And Jake, I can honestly say, since we've seen him, has tried to make his own mark in the game. He's tried to make moves to save Caleb. He tried to do this, the split vote, revote, go to rocks thing. Didn't pan out for him, right? Then, he's been playing from the bottom all this time. And he's trying to latch on to allies. I get it. But I appreciate the fact that he knows that he at the bottom. And then he forgot he was at the bottom. But here's where I give my respect to him, regardless of his lapse in judgment, because after Emily spills the tea on Drew, he basically let Drew know, like, so you've been playing me? Like,
Drew's
why
like,
would you?
What?
All that stuff. And Drew, he was like, so why are you choosing me? And Drew said, because you have no allies. He ate that one little thing but Drew was like, Jake was like, you're not God's gift to earth. What did he say? He said,
you're not a gift from God. Relax.
Yeah, you're not a gift from God. Relax. Right. And I was like, get him, Jake. Get him, Jake. Get him. Because Drew tried to call Jake the mobster. And he's like, oh, you telling me I'm done with your conversation? Yeah, he done. Because you tried to get him to give us some information about who told you that. And he was like, why would I share your information? And you trying to get... Thank you. Thank you.
I like a fun little tip, a little bit of argument heads button. I love it.
And I'm glad he didn't fold. So I'm glad Jake came with that energy. Because I'm so sick of Drew. Drew needs to go. He should have went today. He should have went a long time ago, but he should.
I was about to say he should have been gone, but
been gone. He should have went at the first.
The C split.
Yes,
he wouldn't even be injured. That's the crazy thing.
But it's neither here nor there. And so I was like, you know what? Kudos to Jake. Jake, we need you to win this immunity, because if you win this immunity, Bruce has his idol. What happens?
They
Who's
got
the target.
I mean, it's
Katura.
Katura. It's Katura. It's Katura.
It's Katura.
It's no surprise, but it would have been fun to see Katura.
Because
see the whole thing play out.
All this stuff, ripping and running that mouth, and your behind would have been the one on the block.
Oh, wouldn't it be nice if everyone put their votes on Bruce, thinking his idol was gone, but you snitched it on yourself.
Snitched him out, and now you going home. Because that's what. Now that would have been a little wake up call. That would have been funny because you did all this, all that, just to get sent home,
just to go nowhere,
just to go nowhere. But unfortunately, we didn't get it. Jake fell. Then it was out of Bruce and Austin. We like, come on, Bruce.
Oh,
pull it out again, Bruce.
I saw Austin struggling. He was making some face. He like,
was shaking. Come on, big Bruce. Come on.
3 in a row. 3 in a. But
Three in a row.
What messed Bruce up was Julie was not there with him. Julie was. He can.
Is that what it was?
He can only beat Julie in the ones. The moment it's someone else, he can't beat him in the ones.
He couldn't do it. And I think he messed himself up too. Why are you looking over him? That is like the number one rule. Eli,
no, that's mind games. That's mind games.
You know,
I don't hate it.
No, you know. Well, at least I know in track they've told you didn't run track. Did you run? You did cross country.
I ran track.
You ran track, so you know the number one rule
that's
when you run track.
Race. That's a fast. Hey, if you're doing a faster, you ain't got time to.
But what do they tell you?
What else you got to do? What else you got to do?
No, answer my question. What do they tell you not to do?
Look at the other lanes.
Exactly. Why? This is your race. It may be a marathon race, but this is still yet a race. And he should not have looked, let me see what Austin is doing. Let me go. No, keep your eyes closed and do what you got to do to stay in the zone. Because the moment you take your attention off what you're supposed to be focused on, something slips. And he did too. And slept right onto that water and lost. And Austin won. Man,
I was sad, but this whole time, I kept saying to Eric knows. I'm like, I just need a 3-2-2 vote flip. That I kept saying that.
He wanted to. I didn't even acknowledge him. I was like, Eli, I don't know whose votes you count. I don't even care because I know it ain't gonna work.
I had so much hope for some. I'm like, it's okay, Bruce. Bruce is gonna play his idol, flush out votes, and then they're gonna flip, and everyone's gonna be safe. And Reba 4 is going out. I don't know. Sucked to see Bruce lose though. It would have been crazy to see the reaction of the jurors, to see him walk in with third time, and he chilling, made it to final 6 at the very least, because there's no way he doesn't play his idol, right?
But because he would have. What could it have been once again? And so.
Hold up, Austin didn't even need to win. He got 2 idols and he's not even a target. He don't need to win.
This man guaranteed himself final 5 at the very least. Like he could literally walk into and he really going to final 4.
He's not going next week.
He's guaranteed to the finale, right? He's guaranteed finale because that's always the final 5. He's guaranteed to make it to the finale, but he can guarantee himself at least fire making. He can guarantee at least fire making. He don't have to put no work because he's not going home next week, which. It still baffles me with the Caleb gone, Bruce is gone now. He should be the number 1 on people's threat list. He not. So he's guaranteed to be safe next week, right? The man is 4. He's going. I said that he's going to final 4. He's going to lose at final 4. He's going to lose at the fire making. That's how Austin loses.
But if he doesn't, is Austin, say the game ends now, we have to vote now. Who are we voting for to win? Is it Julie? Is it Austin? Is it
D?
It's
really for me. It's out of D and Julie for me because D has had more visible control of the game. I believe Julie, I want to vote for her because of her tenacity. Like she just fought like she fought. And she did play the game, you know what I'm saying? Like she was a part of some strategic moves going on, especially earlier in the game, right? So, and even that, like, so I don't know. One of those two. Austin ain't really did nothing. If I'm
he got a sandwich. I mean, he ain't get a sandwich, but he got 2 idols because he ain't get a sandwich.
I mean, but the fact that you got 2 idols in your pocket, though, is that enough to get my vote?
I will say, if he pulls a Marianne and pulls out not one, but 2 idols,
and he didn't have to use them,
them. Oh, now that's next level.
Call me Texas because I'm voting for Austin. I mean, gotta give it to the man if that happens. But
ain't no way. There's no way it happens, right? They turn on him because he got an idol and he's in such a powerful position.
They blindside Austin next week. He's the blindside.
Oh, now that would be eventful.
Who does it? But we haven't got there yet. We're still in the final 8. Austin has just won immunity. Bruce, in his confessional, talking about, I don't want to go home. Oh, look at this. Perfect. I'm not going home with an idol in my pocket, y'all. I refuse to do that. And I was like, good, Bruce. I'm glad you got some sense because there is no way I don't care what nobody say. Use your idol. Play your idol.
They ain't have to say anything. As Deborah said, it was Emily's beautiful blue eyes.
Because here's the deal. When Couture brought up Julie, the blind side for Julie.
And Bruce wasn't even in this conversation.
He wasn't even in this conversation.
Emily and Couture talking. Ooh.
Oh my God.
We had hope.
I got excited.
I got goosebumps. I'm like, they turned it.
But goosebumps. I got little chills because I was like, a movie was getting ready to get made. And I'm sad because it's at the expense of Julie because I love Julie and I like Jake and I didn't want Jake to go home. But I was like, but I don't want it to be at the expense of Julie because that's my other girl. That's my girl. But this breaks up the monotony. It breaks up it breaks them up. The 4 up. It brings chaos into the game. And we love chaos because chaos makes the game unpredictable. And when the game becomes unpredictable, it evens the playing field out. Those who were last can now become first. Those who are on the bottom can now work their way through the middle and potentially to the top. So this plan could happen. If Emily so chose for it to be so, it could have happened. And so
in the scenario I was thinking of with the 3-2-2, whatever 3-3-2, because we got 8 votes. So I was thinking, of course, they throw 3 on Bruce, 3 on Jake, and then 2 on, at the time I thought it was, we'll say Julie.
Yeah.
And then you just take the 2 Jake votes. I don't want to flip anyone off. And you throw them over to Julie. And then that's Bruce uses his idol. That's 1-4. Julie gone. And they got the numbers.
Got the numbers. Miss Deborah said, I knew when Emily and Bruce hugged. So she goes and relayed this plan to Bruce. So does Couture. Was Couture there? Was it just Emily? Just Emily.
I think it was Emily. I don't remember though.
Just Emily. Yes, right. Just Emily. Because then that's where we got shocked. I think both me and Eli audibly gasped. Because she tells him, like, yeah, we're going to get Julie out. We flipping. Blah, 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 blah. You can use your idol, X, Y, and Z. And then she get in her confessional talking about, I don't mean that. I just want him to be as comfortable as possible. He doesn't use his idol.
The gosh dang jump that I took. I was like, I'm turning this episode off. There's no way she's lying.
There's no way she's lying.
She could. Hey, I was missing through the television because I'm like, oh my gosh, they're doing it. They're doing it.
They played us. I guess we would have got sent home, huh? Eli?
I would have got.
I would use my idol, but
yeah,
they would have thought they had me. I would have
Jake would have went home, but I would have been shocked. I would have been blindsided because I would have voted for Julie and be like, yeah Julie gone.
And it's Jake. One of the Jays was gonna be leaving. And she did say that. If her plan works, she get the credit. She do. And to not even sugarcoat it, so they talked. Bruce went and told Jake the plan, but then Jake got mad that Bruce was lying about the idol. So that made it a little one. It don't mean a thing, Jake.
It's a white lie. It don't matter. He told you the truth before we even voted again. But move it. Man.
Anyway, so that made him he had a little breakdown. I ain't know who to trust in the and everybody's like, Jake, just calm down, bro. You ain't going nowhere unless he uses idol.
Yeah.
But the goal is for us to not to let him use his idol, or at least for Emily specifically. So we really don't know what's gonna happen. But like Miss Deborah said, before we went to tribal, Emily tried one more Hail Mary and was like, I don't know, even know what she was saying to him. That's how not paying attention I was. But she was and hugging on him and all that stuff. And I was like, girl, y'all wasting y'all time. This man he's playing his idol.
There's no way he doesn't.
There's no way he doesn't.
Oh,
Eli, would you like to tell us how the votes were rigged? Like, oh, wait, pause. Yeah. They go vote. And Jeff says, if anybody has a hidden immunity idol or an advantage they would like to play, now is your chance.
And you see the zoom in on Bruce's hands. Bruce's hands go.
Did Bruce play his idol?
His hands stayed together.
Didn't they?
Maybe
at one point,
maybe he was tired. Maybe his arms were tired from hanging, so he couldn't pull it out of the bag and stand up because he wanted his rest. So he couldn't present Jeff the idol. So he kind of got robbed in a way.
Okay,
I don't know.
He didn't have the energy he couldn't muster the energy to grab it out of his bag and play
at all. No energy, no mental energy, no physical energy. He just kind of sat there and was like, you know what? I'm gonna just choose to go home.
No, because Jeff told him at the beginning, Bruce, how does it feel? Does it feel different to not walk in here with the thing around your neck this time? And he was like, yeah, it feels different because everybody's after me. And if they've been after you for the last 3 weeks, Bruce, what does that tell you?
You know what? Maybe he didn't realize people knew he had an idol. It's not like during it's not like during tribal they were all like, yeah, we know Brucey got an idol or whatever Drew said.
Right. He tried the old quarterback sneak and got sacked.
The tush push did not work.
It didn't push because here's the thing. When Jeff said that, this is me because I'm crazy. I ain't got no sense. When he said, does anything feel different? I would have said no because I got an idol and I'm safe. So no, it don't feel different. Literally, that would have been me. I guess that should have been another indication because if I know I'm playing my idol, I want y'all to know it. So you could vote how you want, waste your little votes because I'm staying in the game. So I would say, Jeff, it don't make me never mind because you see this little trinket here. I'm playing it tonight. So I'm going to be safe for the 3rd week in a row with immunity. But he didn't do that. He decided
at all
not to get up and use his vote. And the jury was like, it's not.
Oh, I would have been, my job would have been as a juror as well. Because that's like, oh my gosh, he made the move. He's going to stay.
Because I think the jury thought he was staying. They thought it was like, wait, is he staying? Because the votes were Jake, Julie.
Now I'm like,
then it said Bruce.
Another one. Another one just for fun. All the votes were gone, but give him an extra one because he didn't play his idol.
And the whatever person, what is it? So the 10th person voted off Survivor. Bruce. Dumb. Stupid. Foolish. Ignorant. Silly.
Can I say I hate it, but I don't hate it?
It's what he
get. It's like taking a 50-50. It wasn't a 50-50, but in his mind, he's like, you know what? You take the 50-50. If I hit the 50-50, I'm here till 6. At least he tried to do something. Because
what did he try to do? Sit there and be still?
Yeah, but him sitting there and being still, if it would have worked. That's always the thing.
We always say
worked. If it would have worked, it would have been brilliant.
But you have no foundation for you to have that much faith in that move.
Oh, so true. But there was also no foundation the other way either. It's the idea of I always love to think about Davey using his idol on someone else to advance his game.
Christian.
Yep, on Christian to advance his game.
Don't
And
be
so it's
trying to be
you-
like me, because that's my default. And then everybody come for me.
But it was so smart.
Nah.
I mean,
They
it's
not
your
here.
but nah, it's I don't know. I think using an idol on yourself when you have no allies sometimes just is like, oh, I'm just gonna go the next week. And that was really Bruce's only option, where maybe he thought he had more people than he had to have, because he really had no one.
He did, because I forgot that Emily told, like, you don't have Julie, by the way. And he was just broken. Crushed. Once again, couldn't read the room.
At all. But I don't know. At least he took a risk.
No,
it's the wrong
Eli.
move. It's the wrong move, but I respect it.
No, I can't respect it, because he had a foundation for another week. Okay, that's what he needed. You had a foundation for another week, Miss Depp.
You know
Thank
what?
you.
Good point. If you can stay, and then you just got another comp to win, but he still has no control regardless. He still goes at 6-5 or loses in the final 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that. Make sure we remember him being in the finals. We'll put a pin in that real quick. But going back to what I was gonna say, you said there was no foundation for the other way for him. No, there was all the foundation. They have been coming for you. They have been salivating for the chance to take you out of this game. Why would they not do it? When you are not immune? They've been waiting for you. Do you not see that they be rooting against you? They be jumping and praising the survivor gods when you almost about to fall, when they feel like you getting ready to lose.
Go, Austin. Go, hold on, Austin.
Go, Julie. Oh, come on, Julie. Hold on, Julie. Don't let go, Julie. Did anybody say let's go, Bruce? Did anybody say hold on, Bruce?
As we know, survivor players, I feel like to get cute, especially in the modern era. You got an obvious move. What are we going to do? We're going to do 10 backflips, and then we're going to vote out this random person standing in the corner. We're voting out production just because we're doing chaotic stuff. And you know what? For him to think chaos was going to happen, it could have, but and maybe chaos would have happened next week. And so in that case, y'all are right for stay until next week when more chaos happens. But if they played around and was like, you know what, we're going to throw 4 on Jake, 2 on Bruce, I don't know.
I mean, if anything, what they should have did, well, they didn't have to should have done nothing because they got him out. But I would have much rather them decide to make him waste his idol than him being foolish enough not to play his idol. That's what I would have much rather. You don't go home. And what burns me up about him the most is you literally said in your confessionals, you are not going home with this thing in your pocket.
He played himself.
Yeah. There was no basis. Thank you, Mimi. No basis for security. The actions were child, I'm not even scratching my head. I'm just I'm packing my bags and going home because that's enough. Bruce went home, y'all. He was stupid, had an idol in his pocket.
Katura and Emily were stupid for not flipping. Jake even got in on the plan to vote out Bruce.
Dumb.
You know what? He just didn't want Julie at his neck again.
Give the Reba for one of them the game because everybody played stupidly except for them. They have played this game flawlessly. I don't know if an alliance has played as flawless as they have. Not even the Tika 3. They haven't had one falling out, y'all, and it is the final 7. And
maybe that's why you share all your idols and all your secrets, and
maybe that's
give the gosh dang axe to your buddy just so they can get an idol. Who knows?
Maybe we've had this game wrong from the beginning. How we always say, keep it a secret, keep your stuff a secret, don't tell nobody. They are rewriting history. They are I'm saying it on the record. They are the game changers from here on out. People are going to be sharing everything with their alliances in hopes of that unbreakable bond with 3, 4, however many people. And they're going to take it to the end, no matter what, no matter how damaging it is for their game, because they have played so flawlessly. And I got to give it to them because, like you mentioned, Emily, there's a threat between Austin and Drew being together and still having both Julie and Dee. You know this. You know that you should probably be flipping. You chose not to. Katura, you realized the threat in Julie and her ability to win this game over all of y'all. Yet you still did not take the chance to take her out. Jake, you on the bottom. Been on the bottom for a long time. You know you on the bottom. You know that there's nothing that you can do to break in their solid group. Yet
And
you vote with him.
And one thing I want to say about the Reba 4, look at who's in jury right now, at least the 3. I feel like at least Caleb and Kelly, and I feel like Kendra even a little bit. I feel like those are the players I look at and I'm like, they would have made a move. But what do? You keep Katura in.
You keep Katura.
Emily is on your hip, so I understand keeping Emily. But you keep Bruce as a little carrot that you just dangle in front of everybody. And you keep
the Bruce.
And Bruce ain't making no moves. Bruce isn't gathering any allies. You know who would have? Kelly. You know who would have? Tried at least Caleb. And Caleb would have had Emily still. So shout out to the Reba 4 because I think their boot order has been
immaculate.
Right.
Because here's the thing. Kelly and them, y'all had the chance to take out Drew instead of Sifu. He would have been so grateful if he would have known that Drew and them been plotting against him like that. He would have been so grateful. So grateful. And y'all would have broke up the power structure, whether he was grateful or not, child. He was going to be a target before y'all. And, so they had a chance to weaken their numbers, the real Reba numbers. They didn't take it, and they paid the price for it. The ultimate price. And so, and 2, they knew that somebody wasn't making jury. Why did y'all leave that man in there? I just thought about that. And it's not even a secret. And that's another thing. We got to add it to the Reba 4's list. Everybody know they working together. It's not a secret.
I wonder what it is. It must, okay. I will say, shout out to the girls. I think the girls do have a bond where that could be an interesting dynamic. Yeah. But I don't everyone's missed it. I think truly what it is, the past 4 seasons or whatever the new era before this season, we saw such fluid, dynamic gameplay. Ricard getting rid of Shan, everyone turning their back on their allies and being like, oh, we got to get the person in my alliance out so I can have a game move.
We've seen it. Oh my God. This is the first time it ain't really happened, huh?
My memory's horrible, as y'all know. And
it didn't really happen.
I barely watched 43. I didn't watch 43 like that.
So Shan got Ricard. I mean, that's what we wish to happen. Ricard got Shan.
And then Ricard got.
And he got. Next season after that, you have
Omar.
Omer. He got Drea. Backstabbed her. And then they backstabbed High too before they got Drea out. 43, Jesse got out Cody. And 44, they didn't really have
But still, that was like Tika 3 were the minority, where coming into the merge, Reba was pure majority, or I guess co-majority. But I think you see that so often, and you're just like, that's gonna happen this season. And that's probably what the rest of the people are waiting for. It's like, I'm in the right spot.
Waiting for the cracks.
I'm on Austin and Drew's hip, so I'm gonna be their secret weapon. And they're like, we're chilling. You can come with us, but then you're still gonna get cut
until it's time for us to punch your ticket home. You can stay with us as long as you want, vote with us for as long as you want, until we get down.
You ain't even gotta pay your rent. We'll just evict you whenever we're ready.
When we're ready. So you get a free ride, you get a free meal, you get a free housing, room and board, all of it paid for.
Even a cooked piece of chicken.
Even a cooked piece of chicken and a glass of wine.
Ooh.
Until it's your time. So kudos to the Reba 4. I think that's all we got for you all. You have any other thoughts, last minute thoughts, comments, concerns?
One day the Reba 4 will fall, and on that day I will celebrate in pure glory on the fallen, unless it's Julie or D or maybe Austin.
So it sounds like we just want Drew out.
One day it will happen, y'all.
And he got one more time to drop a 15. And I love me some words, y'all. Y'all know I love words.
He got one more time to drop a 15. He uses Eric words.
Mr. Brainiac is still sitting pretty.
And serendipitously. I think that was the word he used. I don't know.
He said indubitably.
No, I would have known indubitably. That's the
He
word
did
I
say
know.
that. He did say that.
He said
tonight.
another word, but I'm not
Did he
here to
say
talk
Sarah
about you.
Chris? I don't even know.
No, he didn't. That's
But
just the only big word I know.
stop. Listeners, viewers, it's been a pleasure as always. Thanks for kicking it with me, Eli E Square, E Money times 2. You know how we do. Make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel at A Who All Gonna Be There podcast. Make sure you're following us on social media on Twitter and IG at A Who All There. And you're leaving us 5-star reviews on Apple and Spotify or wherever you listen to the audio podcast. And we appreciate you all for hanging out with us. Stay tuned for more Squid Game, the challenge coverage. We got some of that coming. A couple more interviews we're trying to set up for that with some of the players. So just stay tuned for that. And of course, we'll be back next week with, Survivor coverage. And then in a couple weeks, reindeer games. We'll be right back in BB mode.
Huh?
Right. I know. So we still got some stuff lined up for you. So just stay tuned. Until next time, we out of here.
Adios.
Adios, amigos.